allegedly be alive. Well, alive and live. Oh, boy.
I just saw the chat in this stream too.
Yeah, while we were recording some of the end of the year stuff, Feyror hopped into chat to let us know that they apparently have also been bitten by the cats and soup bug.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we are live on everything. Whoa, let's see how long my voice holds out. Cough, cough, cough.
You're fine. It's going to be a short show. You played nothing. I've got 2 games. Nimble's got 76 games. He can do all the talking.
And I'm not going to talk about all of them today, so...
Yeah, stretch
some
out.
of those for next week.
Yeah. Gotta save some for the dry season. Oh, man. All right, you guys ready to start this thing?
Oh, as ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh, damn it. I just looked at the notes again and forgot again about...
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I want to talk about 2 games this week.
Yeah, we're gonna try and blow through most of this as fast as we can. So, all right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Moonpier.
Why do you do this to me every year?
And the Nymph.
Been gone so long, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Right.
What do we do?
Who are you guys? Yeah, we are. If we are punchier than usual, we have commenced end of the year episode recordings. So this might be a shorter episode, fingers crossed, and it might be stranger than usual. So apologies in advance.
Punchier is the word you're looking for there.
What word did I say?
Stranger.
Well, yeah. I mean, it'll probably be strange and punchy. Patreon.com/E1M1.
The ones and numbers.
You can get all of the cool, exclusive, early access, uncensored, fantastic episodes that we have over there on the Patreon account, including, maybe especially, the Outcast, which is our uncensored sort of before we go live, kind of behind the scenes, talking about all the other stuff we're going in life, personal stuff, other media, F1 racing, wrestling. We got it all.
Cthulhu jokes.
Yeah, because if you want to hear an accidental, incredible Cthulhu discovery this week, you really need to listen to the Outcast that Moon found something that gave me psychic damage in a day that is already really long. So it's just, for once, I'm at a loss for words. You gotta. Also, Clarissa, our captive fan, sent a message this week with an alternate title for our twinned movies and critical misses, which is a Twintermission, which is
that's pretty great.
A really good name. That's I like it.
Super appropriate too. So
yes, it's real.
Do I need to go update the spreadsheet?
No, we can have alternate titles. We'll roll the dice and see which one we do. But patreon.com/E1M1.
The ones are numbers.
Go sign up there and make it our dream to stop doing anything other than podcasting. So
yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't think we put out enough content, then get that Patreon stuff higher so we can quit our day jobs and then just produce podcasts all day long.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about
a deep dive series about Stargate. Then get me and Nymph out of our jobs.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. All right, Moon, what have you been playing this past definitely not super busy week?
Yeah, definitely not super busy. You know, I had all the time in the world.
Yeah, just abundant free time
in the world. And my favorite part is, dude, it ain't gonna stop. It's
no.
not gonna stop because I have to go do it tomorrow as well. Great. So that's fun. Uh-huh. Spoiler alert for those of you who don't know. I worked long hours this week.
Yeah.
Very long hours this week. And it's going to keep going next week, which puts all of my these are the games I'm going to play before Game of the Year straight in the trash.
Right.
Just bring your Xbox to work.
That's the problem. I can't. I can't even do the streaming thing because I am too busy actually working is the problem.
Ah.
It sucks. So, yes. I played like 3 minutes of Moonglow Bay. Like, legitimately, that's how far I got into that game, so it's not even worth writing down. It seems fine. The art style is weird to me. Yep. However, because I didn't want to show up with nothing, like a poor hobo who's just rolling into town looking for his new video game hits.
Get your bindle full of games.
Uh-huh. I did play Deeeer Simulator.
I think it's
son is trying to get me to play this.
I think it's Deer with 3 E's.
I think so, and it's got a bunch of katakana there too. So good luck with that.
I'm gonna Google it while we're here.
Good luck. So, did anybody play games like Totally Reliable Delivery Service, Human Fall Flat?
Oh, all these like
kind of game?
wacky physics games.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed an E.
It's kind of like
4 E's.
It's kind of like that. You sound like a 90s raver, by the way. It's not 1, it's 4 E's. That's what you got to get the perfect.
Oh boy. Don't do drugs, kids.
I'm laughing at my own joke. That's how you can tell I'm tired.
Yeah.
So it's like Human Fall Flat, it's like Totally Reliable Delivery Service, except you're a deer. And it's a lot smaller than those games. So it's not like a huge open world where you need to go and do something. It's very tightly compacted. It's a very small game. So I literally beat it in like 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Most of which I did streaming. And then my favorite part was I came home and then streamed it to my console so I didn't have to install it.
Oh, okay, nice. How did that work?
Uh-oh, this is a loophole for your hard drive.
Oh no!
It is.
Oh no! Oh no! The problem gets worse.
Exactly what this is.
Oh no!
So now I have a problem of I'm no longer limited by my hard drive space.
The ankle weights have been removed.
But it's fine. It's dumb. You pick up guns, you replace the antlers on your head with guns, and then you pick up Uzis, and then you have them sellotape to your cheeks, essentially.
Right.
And then, like, rocket launchers, and your neck stretches, like, ridiculously long.
Okay. A little Nobi boy in here. I like it.
Yeah, a little Nobi boy mixed with Spider-Man, except if instead of slinging webs, you were slinging heads. Like,
right.
It's a little bit weird.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I feel like that's kind of the typical review of this. Yeah, it's like the typical review of this subgenre where it's like, it's crazy and it's kind of funny and it's fine. I spent 2 hours with it and I had a good enough time, but it's definitely not like everybody needs to go play this, everyone needs to experience it. It's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah. And you like when you're running around as a deer, you can deerify people, which is basically put horns on them and then they follow you around.
Right.
Part of the aim of the game is to cause chaos, which is a disaster level.
All right, that's pretty good. That 2 thumbs up on that one.
You can dance with people.
Naturally.
However, it's only one dance. Okay, well, number one, let's talk about this. When you're running around as a deer, you're just running around as a deer. The second you hold the sprint button, the deer stands up on 2 legs and has this muscle man pose and runs around like a big muscle man.
All right, that's pretty good.
And then when you dance with somebody, he does the muscle man pose and then does the capoeira dance from Bob's Burgers. And then
I was going to ask if he flossed.
Yes, everyone around you does the same thing.
That's really good.
It's
Gyro would be proud.
It's dumb. It's dumb. It's fun.
You can stream it.
Weird and you can stream it, and it's weird and ridiculous in the best ways. You select the menu by stretching your deer's neck. It's kind of crazy.
Right.
You also play Reversi with cows.
Which, sure. Why not?
Except the cows move.
Okay.
Because why not?
What is this game?
Yeah, what is this game indeed? At one point, I jumped into a toaster and got turned into bread from I Am Bread, which apparently the influence on that game is wide-reaching based on how many times I've turned into bread recently.
Yeah, I feel like we've been talking about I Am Bread for the last couple of weeks, sort of out of nowhere.
Yeah, but not even actually the game. Just
no.
References to that game in
I Am Bread
games.
likes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The Breadiverse, dude. I'm telling you, it's the Breadiverse.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Deer Simulator, which I actually accidentally put an E on it here, so
John Deere Simulator.
Deer Simulatory.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. It's fun. Watch the trailer for it. Then, even if you don't want to download it, just stream it. It's fine. It's literally when you die, you get more health when you respawn.
Okay, I like it.
Like, you start with 3 hearts, and then when you die, if you die enough, it's just like, here's 4 hearts. And then you die again, it's like, here's 5 hearts. And then you die again, it's like, here's 6. So, I was struggling a little bit with the last boss, so I just stood there when I made myself a cup of coffee, let him kill me like 9 times, and then I had like 10 hearts, and then I beat the last boss fine.
Nice. Oh, man.
It was easy. It was easy.
It's easy.
It's fine. It's fun. It's stupid. Whatever. It has a lot of classical music in it, as all these indie games feel like they do. My last game.
Okay.
I didn't even play Cats and Soup. That's how little time I've had.
Yes.
I'm not playing the game on my phone.
Right. I'm trying to sleep.
The last game, quotation marks for the audio listeners, I played. Don't say uh-oh. Because I'm not even going to talk about Destiny 2 here and all you idiots with your golden drops and I still get nothing.
Hey. We're morons.
Semi-serious morons, whatever.
That's right.
I played Townscapers.
Yeah, I just downloaded... I was looking at the Game Pass menu, and it said, hey, Townscaper is available on Series X, and it's like, yeah, I'll download that. I've been looking forward to that game? Question mark?
This isn't a game.
Yeah, it's like a chill out thing.
It's a toy. It's how it promotes itself.
Right.
So I don't know if you guys remember or did end up playing that stupid train game that came out on Game Pass. Tracks, a wooden train simulator or whatever it was called. This is like that, except you're building a town.
Yeah, I feel like there's this burgeoning subgenre. There was a skating game that came out in the last couple months that billed itself as like a skating toy. Like, there weren't really levels, there's no real score or anything. It was just like, here's a half pipe, kind of have fun skating in it. Like, maybe you'll spend an hour or two and that's it, but that's fine. It seems like Townscaper is that, where it's like, you want to have something where you're not really, like, there's no goals, there's no game over, it's nothing sort of happening. Build a town, man.
Pretty much. Like, it's literally just a big pool of water.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a bunch of different colored blocks, and you place them in the water, and then depending on where you place it, it produces different type of structures.
Mm-hmm.
So you start with just like a nice flat plane, and then if you put one block down, then it just turns into like a little single house.
Right.
And if you put like 2 down, then it's 2 houses next to each other, and then you one on top of that, and then you got 2 stories and 1 story.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do like a big house, and you get big squares. The achievements are all basically make a bunch of different structures. So one of them is build a church door. So you build a church by basically just making a big block and then hollowing out the front of it, and then that becomes a big church door, and you get like steeples and things like that on it.
Gotcha.
And it all depends on where the blocks are and what that shape is what they do. So like one of the achievements is create a garden. So you put a big square around, like an apartment complex with a hole in the middle, and that turns it into a garden because
Okay.
that's what it just auto does it.
Right.
Build a lighthouse, one white, one red square, done. Lighthouse.
It feels very much like if you had a giant collection of like kids' toy blocks, and someone was like, build a town. It's like, okay, this is a garden. Oh, I have red and white ones. That's a lighthouse. Okay, cool. Oh, here's an apartment complex. Like, it just feels like you're just playing around.
Pretty much. And you know what? That's fine because it's kind of what I needed. I needed it.
Yeah,
I needed it so much.
You found the right game at the right time.
Yeah, I genuinely enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, it was probably about 2 hours spent messing around with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's only one achievement I couldn't figure out, but that's because you needed like a perfect position on the grid so that you build on to do so. So I needed direction on that. But other than that, like it was fun figuring out how to do church door, how to do the lighthouse, how to build the garden, how to do all this other kind of stuff. You just do it by experimenting, and then before you know it, you've got like a giant apartment complex with like a bridge of houses going over a big gap in the water. So like
Nice.
Like it turned into like some Spiritfarer island where it was just these people all like stacked on top of each other with like gantries between all the different houses. So
that's cool.
It was cool to play around with, and plus it's on Game Pass, so it's not exactly like I'm paying for anything for it.
Right. I should have my kid try and play that. I feel like that would be. She's 5, so I feel like it would be. It's just like, yeah, like go build a town, like whatever. There's nothing. You're not gonna fail.
Yeah, definitely might be worthwhile, especially with an active imagination. Like knock yourself out. Like
yeah, exactly.
Here is a big island, do what you want on it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fine. It was cool. Other than that, I did not have time this week because I'm dead on my feet right now. So,
right,
Nimb, take it away.
All right. So I'm going to bring the room down for a moment, and I'm going to bring it back up. So bear with me for a second. So the reason I've been gone the last 2 weeks is because back on November 29th, my mother-in-law passed away. So took some time off for that, help out my wife and kids, as well as myself. So obviously, I haven't had a chance to play a whole lot of games.
Sure.
What I do have is a list of games that I was playing before all that fun stuff happened.
Okay.
But everyone over here is doing fine. As fine as can be expected. So
right.
I had to bring the room back up. Hyrule Warriors. My son did unlock Ganon by playing everything in the game.
Oh my.
Oh my word.
Such dedication.
Yeah. So I went through, I got to play as the Great Fairies, and I did find out as playing as them that yes, all 4 of them do switch out of this flower based off of combos. So as you're going through their normal attacks, they will swap in and out between all 4 of them.
That's fun.
It is. It's pretty cool. And they keep the size that you see them as in Breath of the Wild is the size that they are in this field.
Oh wow.
You think that's awesome. My son also unlocked the Battle Ready, or it's either Battle Ready or Battle Tested Guardian.
Okay.
Which is the size of a Guardian.
Oh.
To the point that when your characters are supposed to go through a doorway meant for, I don't know, an elf or a human, your Guardian turns into a blue orb so it can fit through that door.
That's great.
Of course.
It has that laser. You can do everything a Guardian can. The laser attack that you see them do to you all the time, that's in its combo. You can do a one-shot laser at something that you can just keep shooting somebody with. You can do an arc where it basically starts from the left side of the screen and just turn like a turret, just turns its head to the right side of the screen, and everything in that arc is just gone. Jeez. It'll do this thing where it'll shoot out like stasis ice crystals into the air, and then it'll shoot a laser in there, and you see it just reflect and refract everywhere. When you do the jump for this thing, because the characters, you can do wall jumps and then they can glide. What this thing will do is it will jump up in the air and then it will suck in its legs and it looks like a flying UFO.
That's great.
So, and then you just smash down and then just pick it back up and just start attacking everything again.
Oh man.
Like it's to the point that my son was playing as Link and I had him stand next to the Guardian and I could not see Link because the Guardian was so big.
Oh wow. That's cool.
So that is awesome. And then you get to play as Ganon, Calamity Ganon.
Oh.
And all of his red and black weird slime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude is huge.
Awakenings.
My son started playing with him and his attack, like his normal attacks do like this wave attack. So you're basically just taking out waves of enemies without being near them.
Yeah.
And then his ultimate, he turns into that dragon looking creature that you see over Hyrule.
Right.
And just everything in that area is just gone.
That's cool. I really like that the units that he's unlocked for doing everything, they're not just like, oh, he looks super cool. Yeah, it's like this thing is really overpowered. It's like, yes, it should be. I've done everything in this game. Like, let me destroy this game.
And that's what I told him too. Is like, I'm actually really surprised, one, that they're letting you play as Ganon, but two, that they're keeping everything at their original size and scope.
Yeah.
And just ability-wise, because normally you get like, you beat a boss, and then you get the dumb knockoff version of that boss.
He's a tiny guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was just really funny and cool, mostly with the Guardian, to just see that thing run around with his octopus legs, and you just like you're just swiping things left and right, and then blowing off lasers and stuff, and it's just
cool.
Fantastic. So.
Oh man.
Boston's just happy that Zelda's finally got to Telesto.
That's right.
Oh, you want to know something funny about that too? With the DLC that came out, my son did unlock the Master Cycle for her.
Oh,
that's apparently like between the Sheikah Slate that she starts with, she then gets access to the light arrows, so then she has the bow, but then you can get her the Master Cycle, which I have not used, but according to my son is like the best weapon for her to use.
Oh wow.
So you just see Zelda show up in a motorcycle just ramming things.
That's incredible. This game's great.
Yeah, this game goes off the wall stupid, but
oh man,
it's a lot of fun to play. Next game that I played, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I managed to not only beat the game, I also managed to platinum it.
Nice.
The Rhino is awesome.
It's really good. It's crazy.
I also like the fact that when you upgrade it to a certain point, you start pulling things from other games into your game.
It like
and I'll just leave
pulls
it at
stuff
that.
from other dimensions. It's really good.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of real weird random crap that flies through. So I did a lot of grinding so I can get everything done up. Then I unlocked challenge mode, went through that.
Yep.
I was like, all right, cool. I've had my fun. I wish there was more to it, but
yeah. It's not a super short game, but it definitely one of those things where it's like, yeah, if you were like an hour longer, I feel like I wouldn't be mad about that.
Well, and I think the biggest thing, because usually with the Ratchet and Clank games, you would go back through the challenge mode and there would just be like that one more thing to unlock.
Yeah.
And there isn't for this one. It's like you can completely get everything and get the platinum on your first playthrough, which isn't an issue.
Yeah, because the only thing you need is like the first shop sells you like 2 weapons that are exclusive to that mode. So you spend like 5 minutes in the intro and you hit that shop and you buy them and it's like, yeah, here's a trophy. So it's sort of like,
so
it's fine.
You do, I'm trying to remember, I think with the challenge mode, I think you do get the bouncer, or maybe you get that for beating the game. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But either way, I think that's mostly what it is. And there was no, as far as I'm aware, there was no museum in this one that you get to go to in the challenge mode.
Yeah, not that I saw. Yeah.
So, but that's just small things. Overall, it's a beautiful looking game, and it's still fun to play. So,
yeah.
Still needs a sheepinator though.
Yeah, maybe someday.
it would just be that extra little oomph to get it to a 10. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
The next game that I spent a lot of time with is Dark Souls.
Hey.
Oh, of course.
So I am not. This is going to be real quick because it has been a while since I've played this. I don't remember exactly how events led from one to another. So I'm just going to read you what I wrote down.
Okay.
I beat Crossbred Priscilla, finishing the painting world.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Beat Dark Sun Gwendolyn.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Beat Ceaseless Discharge.
That's
Uh-huh.
good for you.
Beat the Bed of Chaos.
Uh-huh.
And beat the Four Kings. Screw that fight.
Okay.
Yup.
And those are my notes for Dark Souls.
The Four Kings is probably the most recent one because I think after them you've only got one boss left.
I honestly don't remember where I saved off at that. So
Yeah,
all I know is when I finally got through the Four Kings, I had to shut everything off and walk away for a while. That boss fight. What happens is that one boss will show up, and if you do not beat that boss fast enough, another boss will show up. And if you do not beat either of those bosses fast enough, a third one will show up, and they will show up. They're scripted after a certain amount of time that a certain amount of bosses will show up.
Oh, sure.
It's just if you do not have the DPS, instead of it being one-on-one your fourth time, it's you versus 4 of them now.
Right.
And they all have separate health bars, but they all share. So individually they have separate health bars, but they all share the boss health bar on the bottom.
Right.
So it's this weird give or take, but the biggest issue is that you are fighting them in the abyss, which is pitch black. So all you can see is them, you, and if this is your second time in there, the last place you died at.
Great.
And it is a massive room, but when you have like 4 or 5 of these things attacking you and you're trying to back up and get away from them so that you can, heal up, all of a sudden, as I constantly did, I found myself in a corner, and I couldn't tell that I was in a corner because there's no walls or anything for you to see.
Oh, geez.
It's just you on a black plane.
Right.
That's all you see. You have no judgment for distance.
Even better is to fight them, you actually have to wear a specific ring.
Or else you die.
Yeah, or else you just fall through the floor to your death. So
I forgot about that.
You end up needing to lose a piece of your equipment, which a lot of people rely on in those games, just to be able to actually stand there and fight them. Because Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I had completely forgotten about the ring thing, and I found where I had to go, jumped down there, and promptly died. And I was like, "What the hell is this?"
What in the?
And then I went through, because I think I did it one more time. Because to get to the boss, you basically there's like a staircase, a round staircase going down, and I think I walked all the way down the first time, but it stops, and then you just kind of have to take a leap of faith. And so I was like, all right, well, I went through the boss door, so this is obviously where the boss is at.
Right.
And then I jumped down from there and then died and got kind of miffed. And then I was like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to jump from the very top all the way down through the middle to it. Did that and died. And then I remembered that, oh yeah, that's right. There's supposed to be a ring that I need to do this.
Right. Thanks, Dark Souls.
I had the ring, just never equipped it. So then, I equipped it, jumped from the very top, and then took no damage as I landed. Nice. And found my body, which had nothing on it, because that was the second time I died in a row.
Right.
Which, anytime I go into a boss fight anyway, I try not to bring any souls with me, so I maybe lost 100 if anything. But no, and then come to find out that I'm doing damage, but not fast enough, so I'm having to fight like 2 or 3 of these at a time. If I'm on my game, if I can keep up with attacking them. Or as I was finding out later, all of a sudden I've got 5 of these things that are hitting me all at once, and I'm still trying to take out the first one that showed up. So I hated that fight.
Yeah. Man.
But yeah, I'll have to obviously figure out where I'm at now. I haven't touched it in a while, so I think I just pretty much said screw this game for a moment and just went and saved and walked away and just haven't come back to it yet.
Yeah.
And then I gotta figure out DLC and stuff since the remaster comes with all that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, which I never played any of the DLC, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, my next game after that, Forza 5.
Mm-hmm.
I have completed all of...
Oh,
Yeah, Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah.
okay. I was just making sure you
No,
weren't
you're
going back
fine.
to like OG
No.
Xbox One days.
Yeah.
I have completed all of the colored races, like the street, drift, or not
okay.
drift, street, and whatever.
All like the core race types.
Yeah. I have completed all of these stupid setup event races where it's like race the plane, race the train, and
yeah. What do they
race
call those?
Bigfoot.
Showcase events?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
They're just. I was telling my son, it's like, you don't even have to pay attention to these races because they all stop at like the finish line.
Yeah,
you got first place. Yeah.
In this one especially, like the camera cuts at like the last minute, or like the plane flies above you and you don't see it. It's like you're gonna win. Like it's gonna be close, but you're gonna win, which is fine.
I then completed all of the bar finds, which for some reason I didn't get the achievement for that. So that's fun.
You have to restore all of them too.
I did.
Oh, okay. Fun.
Don't know what's going on with that.
So
I don't know. This new patch they put out is bad. Like
that's actually what I was going to say. Since the last update that came out, I've noticed like a bunch of issues where all of a sudden load times are slightly longer than they were before.
Yeah.
Or downloading designs onto vehicles breaks the game, so I have to quit and go back into it. And sometimes the vehicle will have that design. Sometimes I didn't buy that vehicle.
Yeah, every time I go to the Horizon Festival and go check out the cars at the showcase, when I come back to the open world, I don't have controls. My controller doesn't work.
I've had that before too.
It's sort of like
my Unimog, for some reason, it shows in my inventory that I have it, but the box for it, the car isn't there. But I mean, the tab is there for it, and it shows that I own it. It's just not there.
Yeah, this patch that came out is not good. I didn't play it this week because every time I would get in, like load times are significantly, except for the first load, every load time is significantly longer. If it loads at all and doesn't crash, and like online isn't working again, like the whole thing is just kind of busted.
Yeah, it was something weird happened, but
yeah,
I think I just have the story races to do now.
I'm working on those too.
Yeah, like the 10, you have to do like 10 of these and get a certain amount of stars.
The rich kids crew.
Yeah, that was one of them that I had where it was like, show so and so how to drive, and I'm like, nah, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't want to. These guys suck.
Yeah, and it was another one of those things where it's like I had to listen to somebody talk, and he was all like, "Bro and dude," and I'm like, "If I had a gun, I'd shoot you." And I know that's not politically correct, but it's a video game, and I hated this guy. So.
Right? It's not not Twisted Metal, unfortunately.
No, that would be great.
Yeah.
But anyway, still having fun with it. My son's still playing it too. We unlocked the black car from last season. Like I think it was winter season's the last season.
I think so.
Yeah. It looks from behind. It looks like a Batmobile, like the old
right
Batmobiles, and I think it's electric because that thing can get up to like 200 and some odd miles and does not leave first gear.
Oh wow, wild.
Yeah,
but
electric.
It also doesn't turn for anything. So it's kind of just a drag car that I like just throwing at a mountain just to see how far I can launch myself with it.
Right.
My last game that I played this week is Halo 5.
Okay.
Fine.
Catching back up.
Or I'm sorry, Halo Infinite. Whatever we're calling it.
I thought you were just going back and like catching up.
No. So that kind of goes into the whole thing. I was talking with. Well, I commented to Musum on Twitter about how he was asking, the last one I played was like, I think he said 3 or 4.
I think
like,
so.
Do I need to play anything else or be aware of anything? And I was like, I have read all the books. I have played all of the games, including Halo Wars. I have no clue what is happening right now.
Right.
None of this makes sense. I don't understand why we're here right now.
Cortana's bad. That's kind of all you need to know.
Well, and yeah, that was the last thing I remembered from, I think it was 5. She finally went fully rampant and declared war against the humans.
Right.
And that was the last thing that I knew that happened.
Mm-hmm. Have you played Halo Wars 2? It's like, no.
Well, I was going to say, and now we're fighting these brutes, and it's whatever. So, I've never come to the video games for the story. That's what the books are for.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Playing this, I was talking to somebody else in our Discord. I really enjoy playing this and watching some of the dumb cinematic stuff because
Sure.
it just fully reminds me of like an 80s action movie.
Yeah.
Where, Master Chief gets a pistol and the pilot's like, it's only got one bullet in it. And he's like, it's enough. And then you just see him raise hell and blow up a ship.
It jumps out of a plane.
Yeah. It's just that kind of dumb stuff that I've enjoyed where you're just seeing him jumping through space and he sees like a dead grunt or whatever floating. He grabs the ammunition from him, pops it in his gun, and just keeps going. And it's okay, I'm here for this. So.
Yeah. And it is a great looking game too.
Oh yeah. I'm in the open world portion, the first area. I don't know what that means or anything.
Big Halo.
Yeah. The open world stuff is kind of cool. It's not that much different from like Far Cry, where it's like, hey, you've got these fobs instead of towers.
Right.
You capture a fob, it tells you, hey, these things are happening around you. You go to there, go to those spots.
It decrypts your map.
Yeah, do a thing, get a stuff, and move on.
Capture a Borgia tower, the usual.
Yeah, I have. You get Valor points in this game, which I think is stupid. But basically, whenever you unlock a fob or you help out other Marines in the area or do whatever point of interest is on this map, you get these Valor points for it. And what these do is you're basically kind of leveling up like an in-game battle pass. It's not really a battle pass, but you get enough Valor points, you unlock different weapons that you can buy with Valor.
Oh,
it's the dumbest system ever because I don't... all they had to do was just change this and be like, hey, here's like energy cores and we have replicators. So if you want a different gun, use your energy. Yeah, they could have done an in-story, in-game thing, and instead they're doing whatever this
3D print a gun at the tower. Sorry, the fob.
Yeah. So there's that, which is stupid. But I want to talk mostly about the grappling hook and you, because the grappling hook in this game is awesome.
Yeah.
I have almost died twice in this game because of the grappling hook and physics.
Perfect.
Basically, my son was watching me do this one time. I was fighting in the tower, or trying to get into the tower, and I went to grapple hook above myself onto a ledge that somebody was shooting me from. And I managed to do this. However, I did it at such an angle that it kind of catapulted me over the ledge. And on the other side of that ledge was a ravine leading nowhere.
Great.
Like, end of world space, you're dead.
Right.
So I turn around and I'm like spamming the friggin' grappling hook. It's like, come on, just recharge.
Shooting your web shooters
before I die. And I managed to grapple hook to the side of the cannon, fling myself halfway back up there, and as I was losing momentum, my grappling hook recharged enough that I could use it again and finally get myself up to the ledge that I was trying to get to.
That's great.
So that was a little harrowing.
Apparently.
But they have upgrades now. You can upgrade the grappling hook. Ooh. So I have it upgraded now, so you're basically shooting out a taser where it stuns a thing as you're grappling to it.
Okay.
I have decreased the amount of cooldown it has by 40% so I can use it more often.
Yeah.
And what this does is now I am running down a hill, grappling down the side of that hill, and then I'm holding B so I can finish sliding down that hill. So you're basically watching a Spartan run down the side of this hill at like Mach 5.
Like 200 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Your boots are shooting sparks.
Yeah, and then you get up to like, the side of the mountain. And you're like, okay, and then you grapple, and the physics in this are really weird. You, I don't know if they're still sticking with the whole, the rings have less gravity than Earth, or if it's just no one paid attention to the physics, and that's fine. It doesn't need to be touched because it's stupid and fun. Right. And there's a lot of people doing stupid fun stuff right now with it, but basically you grapple up the side of this mountain and you can start to swing yourself, so you don't have to go straight up as he's grappling. You can move Master Chief, so that way you start coming to the side of where you grapple to, and you can kind of fling yourself around.
Oh, jeez.
And
is this tribes? Is that what I'm hearing here?
That's my question
just
here.
About, man.
We made a smaller tribes.
Yeah. So, just like movement in this game, like I don't even want to be in a vehicle anymore.
Yeah, why would you?
One, because I have the stupid grapple hook, and I think the only thing that would make this game better is if he had one on each wrist, and I could just go through and Spider-Man throughout the game.
100%.
Oh, you want to just cause it? I see.
I
Yeah.
absolutely do.
Oh man.
The only thing for me is that the grapple hook doesn't feel like it goes as far out as it should.
Oh, okay.
It does feel a little to me a little short. Maybe everyone else thinks it's fine, but yeah, just oh my god, there's just something about being able to swing around with that stupid thing. And I did this thing earlier. I found out you can use momentum to your advantage after I'd almost killed myself flinging myself off the edge of the world. So
Right.
there was a guy on a ledge above me, and I was able to grapple the ceiling above him. And as I'm going up, I did a punch.
Nice.
While still going up, so basically I did a flying, uppercut to this brute, which I don't know if it was physics or what, but his body launched.
But that's exactly what you want to have happen, though, where it's like, I punched that dude so far he went to space.
And I was still flying after his body. So I don't know if the grapple hook just breaks the physics or what, but they don't need to touch it. It needs to just be left alone.
Yeah, that's great.
And I haven't even, I've been able to grapple to, flying ships, enemy ships that come down for to drop enemies. I'll just grapple to it and just stand on top of it and, shoot them as they're trying to get to me.
Oh, so that's great.
It's just weird that Halo has this verticality, and it's nothing new. I mean, we've done this in other games. You were just talking about Just Cause and stuff like that, but for some reason in Halo, it's just stupid dumb fun, and I'm really enjoying it.
And thankfully you can do all the dumb stuff you want to do, where it's like, can I grapple with this ship? Yeah, I can. Let's go.
I wouldn't be surprised if the reason we don't have co-op is because of the grapple.
Yeah.
As soon as you guys grapple each other at the same time, the game just crashes. It's like, all right, we'll release that later.
So you can. I watched a video of this, and this will be the last thing I'll talk about with Halo. I watched a guy throw a power core under a mongoose that they were on. It blew up. They got off the mongoose. As the mongoose kept going, they flung their grapple hook at it, which sped them towards it, and they basically launched off of the mongoose and got further away.
They're doing Breath of the Wild speed run.
This is breaking into some Breath of the Wild random physics crap.
Oh my god!
You know what? You know what this reminds me of? The old original Halo demo, where it was just the beginning of I think it was the Forerunner level, where you're on the beach and you get the Warthog. And everybody would just use that demo to do Warthog flips and see how high into space they could launch the Warthogs.
Right. Now you got a whole game of that. That's great. That's exciting. I'm really waiting for games done quick now.
Yeah. So,
oh, jeez.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you can beat this game in 2 minutes because of the grapple.
Yeah, we beat Halo Infinite in 13.5 minutes. It's like, I need to see this. Oh, man.
I can't wait for the super hard difficulty achievements to just be broken.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's it. It's still, besides the controls being slightly different, and that still throws me off, because when I'm in the heat of action, I still hit right bumper for grenades. And left trigger for grenades, and it's right bumper now.
Right.
But other than that, it plays and feels like a Halo game. It's just now you have a grappling hook, and it is stupid fun.
Right.
so that's all I've been playing.
Well, speaking of Halo, Destiny 2's 30th anniversary pack came out, and a lot of people before the release were like, they are not showing off any Halo guns. And the reason for that is because every gun they put in is a Halo gun. So if you wanted
I really need to play this stuff.
10 new guns that are out of Halo, like the battle rifle, the energy sword. Those are all in there. The energy sword is the funniest though, because it is, you take the energy sword and you remove half of the blade. That's the sword that is in Destiny 2. And the subtext on it, like the flavor text, is you can't help but feel like something is missing, ... And it's like, all right, that's pretty good.
Okay, sure.
The first exotic you get is just the Master Chief's sidearm, the pistol. You
You mean the best pistol in any video game ever?
Yeah, you want to know how good it is in Destiny 2? Astoundingly good. It is. It is real strong. It has a very fun mission to go pick it up from its current location, which is...
Are you popping off headshots from across the map?
You 100% are. It is crazy. It is a pistol with like a 2-point-something times zoom on it and very little recoil. It is
2.1 is the OG Halo.
I think it's 2.5 in this. So like it's a sniper, man. Like it's wild. The place you retrieve it from is a very good non-litigious wink and nod to Halo, just like everything else is. There is a current weapon. It's a consumable weapon mod called Sweaty Confetti, which is the Grunt Birthday Party mod, which you can put on anything. It's really nice to see. They also have a ragdoll emote that just says he flew like a brick. With there are all of these little Halo references, which are really great, and I'm getting educated on all of these Halo references, which is also really good. It's nice to see they're paying a lot of homage to Marathon, especially, and Halo. Those are like kind of the two main references. There don't appear to be any major Oni references in there, largely because
I'm such an idiot.
They don't own that. Yes?
I'm such a moron. I was like, why the hell is Bungie putting a bunch of Halo games in their 30th anniversary pack? Why would Bungie do this?
Took you a moment.
You're so very tired today. Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, join me along in this journey of discovery. Bungie made Halo, which I knew.
Right.
I'm just an idiot. It literally took me that long to figure it out.
Oh boy. Yeah. So there is a ton of Halo stuff in here that's all like wink and nod, like really close to Halo. If you look at it, you're like, yeah, that's the battle rifle, but you know, it's the BXR 55 wink. It is stronger firing from the hip wink. You know, like there's a very special perk that only rolls on it that's very much like, yo, it's the Halo battle rifle. So it's nice to see them kind of being able to put a bunch of Halo stuff in there without it being, hey, we couldn't do it because we don't own Halo. That's kind of nice. And then, like, there's no real, as far as I could tell, there's no real Oni references, which is fine because that's like more of a Rockstar thing. And I can't tell if there are any myth references. That's sort of my favorite classic Bungie stuff. But I'm not entirely sure how deep I've gone in that stuff.
I also can't help but think that, yeah, they're going to throw some Halo references and Microsoft are just going to wink and nod and be like, yeah, we see you, but we're fine because you're Bungie.
Yeah, you didn't put the energy sword in there. You put half of it in there. So, like, all right, like, yeah, we're not going to, come on.
Yeah,
you know,
come on. Think about Rockstar.
Right. Rockstar would be like, I'm suing everyone who's ever played Destiny. Good luck. Just like, yeah. So all that stuff is sort of tied into the 30th anniversary stuff, which includes, there are kind of two main modes that are included with it. The first one is called Dares of Eternity. It's anybody who owns Destiny 2 can play this for free. You don't have to buy the pack for this. It is a 6-player match-made PvE activity where you are playing a game show run by the guy who comes around every weekend to sell you exotic stuff. and his horse made of stars called Star Horse, who is very pleased at you playing this game. I really like that they have leaned into how stupid this idea is. Like, you were like spinning a wheel to figure out which enemy type you're going to fight every round. Like, you're running an obstacle course between fights. Like, it is full on leaning into it, and it is stupid in all the best ways, and I really love it. It's a lot of fun. It's and all of it is like, here's a giant arena, here's a bunch of power-ups, like, hey, do you want to jump twice as high as you usually do? Here you go. Do you want grenades infinitely recharging for about 10 seconds? Here you go. You want to punch everything for 10 seconds? Right, pick this up. So, like, it's fully leaning into, like, hey, do you just want to blow everything up in an arena for like 10 minutes? Here you go.
Nice.
So that has been a lot of fun. The other thing is the new dungeon, which is called Grasp of Avarice. It was billed as a pirate-themed homage to the Destiny 1 loot cave, and somehow that's true. It is a whole lot of fun. Myself, the Hannah, and Late Elf on, I think it was Tuesday, went through and did it blind, and that was probably some of the most fun I've had in Destiny in a while. Of just, we are going through this incredibly booby trap laden dungeon, not knowing what we're doing and figuring it out, and getting smushed by stuff around every corner, and just laughing ourselves silly while we're doing this. It was a lot of fun. And as part of it, you do a whole quest to get the famous / infamous Galahorn back, which they have somehow made stronger than Destiny 1, which is definitely not the direction I thought they were going to go. It is stupid strong, and if you have it equipped and people in your fire team have legendary rocket launchers equipped, their legendary rocket launchers gain the effects of Galahorn. So,
sure.
Does it still split?
Uh-huh. And
does it still hurt everybody around you?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
So it's actually
tell them about the stupidest thing Destiny did, and how I missed this joke in the tagline as well for the article that announced it, by the way.
Oh no, I don't know what we're talking about.
Destiny reintroduces Galahorn.
Uh-huh.
And then immediately nerfs it.
They did. Oh, I'm fighting myself about whether or not I want this. Bungie has partnered with Nerf to make a 4-foot-long Nerf Galahorn.
I heard someone talking about that.
I really want it. It is also $160.
Uh-huh.
But I still really... It's 4 feet long.
Dude, I could, like... Imagine the difference I could make at work with that. Stop asking me dumb questions. Boom.
Get the horn. Like,
and it splits. It fires a bullet that splits.
It's really good. It's just also
it's
really
also
expensive.
Really stupid how the barrel just has Nerf in giant letters across.
That's really good. Oh, I want it so badly.
That's awesome.
Oh man. I do have to say I really appreciate that Bungie is kind of almost making fun of and kind of avoiding the issues that was Galahorn in Destiny 1, which very quickly turned into, if you don't have this gun that breaks the game, you are not allowed in endgame activities if you're like trying to do looking for groups sort of thing. So I like that they have made it super easy to get, which is essentially pick up this quest, do the dungeon, do a lost sector, here's the gun. And I really like that if you don't have it, maybe you haven't bought the DLC, maybe you haven't done the dungeon yet, whatever, if one of your fire team members have it, pull out a legendary rocket launcher, now you also have Galahorn. And I think that's the best way of kind of addressing the infamous nature of this gun, is just like, yeah, everybody can have it. Just go nuts. And it's stupid powerful again. Go crazy.
Did you see how also it's tied with pre-orders?
Yeah, it's available for pre-order now, from what I understand.
No, and anyone that has earned the Galahorn in Destiny 2 by August 1st, 2022 will be able to pre-order the Nerf version of the weapon.
Yeah, that's a common thing for, they call it Bungie rewards. Like if you do something big or cool in game, you can buy like a physical thing, and proceeds from that go to their charity, their Bungie Foundation.
Why does Bungie have this figured out, but yet we can't get achievements that give us cool stuff?
Yeah, it's a great question. Mass Effect 1 figured it out. Hey, you got an achievement. Here's a sick gun that's super overpowered. Thanks, Mass Effect. Yeah, I like this pack. This pack is expensive. It's $25. And I think on paper, it seems a little bit thin. There's a ton of cosmetics. A lot of them look fairly good. I think once you get your hands on a lot of the Halo weapons, that's a big selling point. I think the dungeon is a big selling point in and of itself. And it seems like with the pack, they're just showering you with a ton of rewards. And all the guns they added are all really great, especially the ones I've gotten my hands on so far. So it seems like it's a great package. I mean, I'm going to buy it anyway because I will buy it for more Destiny. It's also sort of unfortunate that Moments of Triumph 2021 launched at the same time, which for non-Destiny players is kind of like a celebration of your accomplishments over the past year. So it's stuff like complete all the storyline stuff for each season, get all the stasis stuff from Beyond Light, do Vault of Glass. And if you get, I think there's 30 triumphs, if you get 28 of them, you get a cool title that's MMXXI. So you did all the 2021 stuff. They've been doing it for the last couple of years, and it's always kind of fun where it's like, oh, right, yeah, all right, I'll do a couple of these things. I haven't done those in, 6 or 7 months. That'll be kind of fun. So that's always a good time, but there's a little bit of an embarrassment of riches because the winter event starts next week, the Dawning. So there's like 3 events running all at the same time right now, which... Please, Bungie, I'm trying to wrap up the end of year stuff for the podcast. So if you could just push that out a little bit, that'd be great. Thank you. But Destiny 2 continues to be great. There's never been a better time to start playing Destiny 2. The only other game I played this week was Life is Strange True Colors. I finished episode 1 of that. That sure did not end up the way that I thought it was going to. Ended up with one of the more surprising gut punches that a Life is Strange game has delivered in a way that I was fairly sure they weren't going to do that. And then the very first shot of episode 2 was just like, yeah, that happened. Let's deal with it. It's like, cha-cha-cha. Okay, cool. Episode 1 was really great. One of the more surprising things is about halfway through the episode, you get a job in the bar that you live above, and you're like cleaning up one of the rooms, and I see in the back room there are 2 arcade machines. I was like, oh, let me go look at one of those. And one of them that you can't play is just like a generic, like, fake arcade game. The next one over to it is Arkanoid. You just play Arkanoid in the bar in Life is Strange, which is really weird. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, but I'll take it. That game's great. But I feel like they have really nailed Life is Strange in general in this. Like, I like Life is Strange when it's this kind of choice-driven, quiet, kind of contemplative decision thing. And so far, this has really been that. I mean, a part in the intro of episode 2 where it has kind of... The first episode is largely like Life is Strange games are, which is you're going from one set piece to another, and some of the set pieces you can explore around, like the bar, kind of the place you go to in the end, and stuff like that, but you can't really explore the town you're in. The where they just left me at the beginning of episode 2. They kind of dumped me in the main street of the town, and they're like, here is your main objective. Here are 2 other objectives. You could go to kind of talk to people and maybe do some side questy sort of things. If you don't want to, that's fine. No big deal. But you can explore around the entire town, which I wasn't really expecting them to do, because they haven't really done that on any of the other ones. But it's kind of nice where there's like, I should probably go do X, Y, and Z, or just kind of fart around this town for a little bit. So it's really good so far. I'm hoping to kind of be able to sit down and knock the rest of it out, because usually these games are like 10 hours a piece. And I don't want to get spoiled on it, because I'm sure a lot of people during Game of the Year season will be like, oh, remember when everybody died in the town? Or like, okay, that's great.
Oh, I'm like, there's like 5 movies coming out real soon that I want to see, and a whole bunch of Game of the Year conversations going on right now. So guess who's not on social media that much?
Yeah.
I load her up, I post a photo of my cat, I close it. That's it.
Right. Boy, if only every podcast did chapters like TVGP does. Cough, 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 cough. Yay. But that's all we've been playing this week. Let's take a break.
Yup.
Get some more water real quick. It's like gotten super hot in here.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that hot in here until I got up to take a bio break, and I came back and I'm like, oh god. What's happening here? Oh man. Let's make sure there are no last minute news stories here. Oh, just 200 news stories, no big deal. What do we have? Kotaku getting another good news story here. We live in hell, and this Ubisoft NFT that requires you to play 600 plus hours of Ghost Recon is proof. Yep. Peter Molyneux's next game is a blockchain business sim featuring NFTs because the future sucks. Fucking Peter Molyneux, man.
Yeah, my favorite was everybody coming out. This is how you know it's a scam, folks. Peter Molyneux is involved.
Yeah, Peter Molyneux is hopping on this train, so of course it's garbage.
But my personal favorite is that it's the same argument you see that comes up again and again and again. It's, NFTs are bullshit for 2 reasons. Porn isn't doing it yet.
Yep.
And the furry community isn't doing it yet.
That's right. If furries have not hopped on a way for artists to get paid, you know it's a scam.
That was an
intense chair squeak.
I was also going to say too, for Jimbo Jango's in chat, that it was the plasma sword in Fable 2, I think it was, that you got.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, because I did something so that my wife could have it when she was playing Fable 2. It was either 2 or 1. I think it was 2.
That's fun.
Yeah. It looked cool.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready to wrap up this episode?
You say that like we don't have 6 pages of notes to go through here.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what we're gonna do here. We're gonna blow through some of these.
That's fine. I didn't watch it because I don't fucking care. I got people who know me. Hashtag my branding is strong.
Alan Wake 2!
Know me, let me know the important shit. Which is, yes, you and 2 other people were like, hey, Moon, Alan Wake 2 has been announced, by the way. I don't like the fact that he looks like John Wick. But
look, it's a little bit rough there in the spooky zone.
I completely forgot about it, and then I saw people complaining that, okay, this needs to end so that I can go to bed, and I'm seeing these messages at like 10:38, 10:40.
Oh, yeah.
I think Brian Altano tweeted, I'm all for the Game Awards and everything, but a gaming award show should not be longer than an Avengers Endgame.
Yes, 100%. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah, sure. Why the fuck not?
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk releases for the week of December 13th, 2021. Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon comes out on PS4, Switch, and PC. This is the 2D Match 3 roguelike
I don't know, dude.
Shovel
Who
Knight
knows?
thing. I'm going to buy it anyway because every trailer I see looks like it's immediately in my wheelhouse. Hopefully next week I'll have an explanation of what it is. But I'm
Can
excited
you build
about
towns in it?
it. Maybe. Who knows? God, I hope not, because then I'll just...
Sky's the limit.
the rest of my year is done.
Uh-huh.
Among Us comes out PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. I feel like that doesn't need an explanation. I think it's also coming in VR soon, which is a wild sentence. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade comes out on PC. It appears that is on Epic Games Store and Steam. It is also $70 US, which sucks. That's
Thanks, Sony.
Yeah.
Crap. Is this the one that comes with Yuffie's side story?
Sure does.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
If it was
that's
70 and just the base game without the DLC.
that would be a thing Square would do. The Gunk comes out on Xbox One, Series consoles, and PC. I've been looking forward to this one for a while, ever since that first trailer was shown at E3 this year, I think.
Yeah, I think it was E3 this year. Yeah, I think that was the very first we saw it was E3 this year.
I think so, yeah, and it's already out, so that looks cool. I'm hoping that's good. I have no idea if that's on Game Pass. I couldn't find anything definitive. I'm hoping that Moon is searching for that now. While I talk about Record of Lotus War... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I am, yes.
Okay. Record of Lotus War, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth. Brain Eater in chat says it's gonna be on Game Pass. It's gonna be on Game Pass. Thank you, Brain Eater. This game comes out on Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X. If you haven't seen any footage of this game, you should go watch a trailer for it. It looks incredible. It is a Metroidvania that looks largely sort of fighting based. It looks like it is more combat focused than anything else, and the art style is just stupid incredible. I don't know how they did it. It's great, and it looks just like the anime.
I'll say Brain Eater says you can pre-install it now.
Hey, there you go. Go pre-install the Gunk.
Like I have space.
Yeah. Go stream the
it,
Gunk.
whatever, yeah.
Stream the Gunk.
Two Moon's loophole.
That's right. And last but not least, Eterna Noctis comes out PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series consoles, and PC. Thank you to Moon for pointing this out just before we started recording. This looks like a Metroidvania that kind of has the same movement style that Hollow Knight does. Like it's really heavily platform based and kind of like Hollow Knight, Ori, that kind of movement where you're zipping around, you're teleporting and stuff like that. It looks pretty cool. The art style is real strong. That's a neat looking thing. All right, let's talk about our news story of this week. The Game Awards 2021 happened, as we were talking about during the break. It's too long. I watched maybe 45 minutes of it and said, wow, this is going to be very long. And it turned out to be over 3 hours, which is too long for a series of commercials. So start cutting that up, man. Jeff Keighley opened the show with I wrote a semi-okay statement about recent industry abuse stories. It was fine. I know a lot of people want him to name and shame, but I don't know in what situation he would have done that as a largely corporate mouthpiece.
Because you're asking for lawsuits at that point.
Right. If he goes like Bobby Kotick should be fired, and it's just like, okay, cool. If that's lawsuit,
enjoy Activision suing you.
Yeah, like I think it was the thing he should have done to use this very large platform he has to speak out very clearly on, hey, abuse is not going to work in any industry, and definitely not in the video game industry. So it was fine. I'm glad he addressed it as opposed to like 2021 was great for video games for all, yay! Brought to you by Mountain Dew. It wasn't anything like that. So,
All together, Moon. Let's go.
I feel like I have mortally injured Moon over here. I apologize. He's laughing about my second game here. First up, these are all out of order. I usually like doing these in chronological order. I'm not watching this thing again. So let's hit the highlights. Star Trek Resurgence is a choice-based game coming from ex-Telltale devs. It looks like a Telltale game. I think this looks kind of neat. I feel like that's a kind of a winning combination on paper. Like, hey, I made a Star Trek Telltale game. It's like, great. I will keep an eye on that one. That could be something pretty cool. It's the only time we're going to talk about this Star Wars Eclipse. Is a game that looked really good until at the end they showed it's coming from the alleged monsters at Quantic Dream, which means not only will it be a bad video game, it's a bad video game made by a team of alleged abusers. So, we won't be talking about Star Wars Eclipse on the show ever again. Bye. Quantic Dream fired like all of your studio. Let's move on to Sonic Frontiers. I keep reading this as Sonic Futures, and I don't know why. Sonic Frontiers. Sega announced an open-world Sonic game. Which...
Sure. Why not?
I'm interested in. That sounds like a cool idea that I hope functions. 3D Sonic games are always this, like, dice roll of... does this game technically function?
You would kill for this generation Sonic game the degree of Sonic CD.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great. I still haven't played Sonic Mania. Is that the one? The 2D one? Apparently that one's really good.
Generations is a quality Sonic
Generation.
game. Like, if you want...
Generations is great.
That's so good.
Yeah, Generations is shockingly good. So I sort of have a little bit of faith in Sonic Frontiers. None of the screenshots they released feature Sonic in them. It's all just like, ooh, look at this mountain. Ooh, a field of flowers.
My only concern with this is all of because I'm just skipping through trailers as we're talking about them basically, and my only concern with Sonic Frontiers is that looks like real world grass, which makes me think immediately of Sonic 2006.
Yeah,
where
nobody
he makes out with the human princess.
Yeah, nobody wants those comparisons. So I don't know. This is one of those ones where the idea sounds interesting. Where it's like, oh, Sonic open world game. It's like, all right, I'm very curious to see how you do that, like what that's going to be gameplay wise. But I could be convinced that if reviews come out and they're really good, I would be pretty excited about that. Warner Brothers announced Wonder Woman, made by Monolith. Details are thin. The trailer was very much a teaser trailer, but they did, after the press conference, say that it's going to feature the Nemesis system, so it's probably going to be pretty good.
Sold.
Yeah. You can tell me Wonder Woman gets to whip a whole bunch of stuff, and you have the Nemesis system? That sounds good.
Yeah, dude, Deadshot coming back with new armor and different outfits as you beat him over and over and over again.
Great.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
What a way to introduce the many different outfits that different villains have worn throughout the years by having you defeat them.
That's a really good idea.
Come back in a different outfit.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. See, I think the thing that is really interesting is like this is the concept to screw up. Like it's you're giving it to Monolith on a silver platter. Like I whip based games are cool. Open world Nemesis games are cool. Start putting them together, man. Like got a winning combo there.
And come on, the thing we all loved about Shadow of Mordor or Shadow of War was how godlike you got real quickly in that game.
Yep. It's real good.
And start as a god. Why not?
Yeah. Let's go.
Man, I might have to give those a shot again because I don't know what it is about those games. I've tried both of them several times, and I can't get more than a couple minutes into them before I just shut them off.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah. Was it all the
Is it all
lore?
of the lore?
Yeah.
No, because I'm used to that. It's just I don't know. Something just completely turned, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, first one
I
had a
was-
pretty slow start.
It did. It had a real slow start, and then it was one of those games where I distinctly remember I was like 40 hours in, and I was like, okay, let's go face this final boss. Oh crap, there's a whole second zone.
Right. You're like, oh no. Yeah. Next game here, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. We finally get to see some gameplay on this. This looks fine. This is like a squad-based, semi-open world beat-em-up shooter thing. I don't know. I'm not the target market for Suicide Squad. I'm sure it will be fine. It seems okay. I don't know. Alan Wake 2 is actually a real thing. It's a direct sequel and a survival horror game.
I think you mean John Wick 2. Thank you very much.
That's right. Yes, the sequel to John Wick, the movie we've always wanted. The direct to game. No, I think the style looks really neat. I think there's some stuff in the trailer that you can pick up to see where maybe Mr. Wake is in the world. And I think the idea of this being like a survival horror game, maybe more so than the first one is kind of a cool idea. I think that's a neat. I wouldn't be mad about just making another Alan Wake, but I think if you want to kind of take it in a little bit of a different direction, I think that sounds like an interesting idea. Plus, they don't really make bad games. Like, I don't like Quantum Break, but it's not a bad game.
I love Quantum Break because it's so dumb.
It is very dumb. Iron Galaxy announced their next game, Rumbleverse. They are making a melee/wrestling focused battle royale game. Have you even seen this trailer? Someone suplexes someone off of the top of a building. It looks like an Iron Galaxy game, which to me is a big selling point. I hope it can differentiate itself in the marketplace, because that sort of seems like the biggest question is like, but what are you gonna do that's different from like Knockout City, who surprisingly has really taken off. Also, the name of the
who would have thought a dodgeball game would do that well?
Especially like an EA dodgeball game where it's like, okay, I guess. Also of note, the city name is Grappling City, which is really good.
Chef kiss on that, by the way.
Yeah. There's a Halo live action trailer. I forgot there's a Halo TV show coming out. It was like a minute long. That guy looks like Mr. Halo, so it looks fine. There's a lot of people in there and spaceships, and hey, it's the Master Chief.
Go watch Forward Unto Dawn, please.
Yeah, go watch that probably instead. Dune.
You go watch it.
I'm not gonna watch that. Dune Spice Wars was announced. Importantly, this doesn't appear to be a movie tie-in. Most specifically, this is a 4X real-time strategy games, like the old Dune games, like the good original ones.
The birth of Command and Conquer games.
Yes, like, hey, we started a genre game. So, I didn't pick up a lot from this trailer, just a lot of people shouting Arrakis over each other all at the same time. And the trailer said...
Controls the spice, controls the world.
Yeah, that's what they say at the end of the trailer. That's the tagline for the trailer, which...
Of course it is.
Of course it is. You might, if you're gonna lean into it, just lean all the way into it. I do kind of like the trailer of like this desert that someone crushes in their hand. I think that's kind of neat. But there's a lot of... Someone says Fremen. Someone's talking about the desert.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but this might be the 4X game to get me into a 4X game.
100%. I don't recognize the developer, but I feel like if you're going to make a Dune 4X RTS game...
Dude, you better nail it.
Yeah, you kind of can't screw that up. Like, I'm sort of surprised they didn't get... whoever makes Stellaris and the Crusader Kings games. I never remember. I love their games so much, and I never remember their name. Those guys. Surprising they didn't have them make that game, but that's one I'm definitely going to keep an eye on. I like some 4X
Please.
games.
Please do a
Please.
console port. Please.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting more console or 4X games, so hopefully. Next up, Homeworld 3. They said it's a gameplay trailer, but like it's a lot of spaceships in space. And Homeworld 3 is not exactly like the most entertaining thing to watch, as much as it is fun to play. But it still looks really good. Annapurna announced Thirsty Suitors. I largely just wanted to talk about this game so I could say Thirsty Suitors. It looks like it's a beat-em-up game that is largely about fighting off your exes, sort of Scott Pilgrim sort of way.
Do you mind if we just rewind a second
Sure.
back to Dune?
Yes.
Shiro Games. I'm not seeing a whole bunch of stuff for that. They've done a lot of like other games like War Tales, Darkbergs, Northgard, Evil Land, a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, I know Northgard and Evil Land. Okay, those are both good.
The other developer associated with it: Secret World Legends, Moons of Madness, Mutant Year Zero.
Oh, okay.
Conan: Path of Exiles, Dune: Spice Wars. And then the really, really scary part, Dune, unannounced Dune survival game. Oh, no.
Ooh, boy. I don't know about that, but okay.
Dude,
all right, Northgard and Mutant Year Zero are both good strategy games, so all right. That's a little bit more promising. Boy, Hellblade 2 got a gameplay trailer, and oof, that is some hot stuff. That actually not a pun now that I think about the flaming large dudes that are in that trailer. But oh gosh, did that game look incredible. I go watch that trailer. That thing looks outstanding. I still don't know how you're going to play it, but oof, man, looks great. The Expanse: a Telltale series was announced.
Can I?
Yes.
Can I ask, because you guys might know this better than me, what is the current status of Telltale? Because if this is a Telltale series by the BS Telltale who fired everybody, then hired like 5 people back and then fired everybody else, I don't care. I'll get the other one, the Star Trek one.
So here's the thing. I don't think anyone really knows anymore. So I think that's the caution, is that Star Trek one seems to be from the team of people that got fired from Telltale, fake Telltale, maybe faux Tale, and they're making a new Telltale thing. I have never watched The Expanse. I know it's like monstrously huge, and I don't really care. I kind of also don't know where Telltale is right now, so I'm not entirely sure. So wanted to bring it up because of the question that Moon just asked. Cautionary tale, I don't know what's going on. Another trailer for Dokev. This is that very bright and shiny fever dream open world thing. I still don't know what it is, but it looks crazy. Just as much as the Elden Ring story trailer looked like a From Software thing, like a lot of these things are just like, yeah, Elden Ring looks like that's a From Software thing. It's like a dragon and smoke, and one of that person's probably a witch. Yeah, like there's there's a skeleton, right? So it's also a good Destiny 2 Witch Queen trailer that you should watch. But Forspoken got a larger trailer. This is Square Enix's maybe open world, maybe RPG teleporting beat 'em up fighting thing. I still am not entirely sure, but it's one of those Square Enix things where it's like, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on that. That could be pretty interesting.
Is this is giving me a bit of a Square tries Breath of the Wild feel.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm getting this sense that 2022 is going to be filled with Patrick Klepek called Halo Infinite single player Big Halo. because it's just Halo, but you're in a bigger
Yeah.
area. I feel like Forspoken could be like, yeah, like big Final Fantasy. You know, like it's just you get a little more room. It's like what the Tomb Raider trilogy got to do. It's what like Gears of War 5 did. You got a bigger area to fight in. You're exploring a little bit. You got a vehicle, you know, but it's not an open world game like maybe a Far Cry or anything else that Ubisoft makes. There's a Saints Row quasi gameplay trailer that was shown off. They got to figure out how to show off Saints Row or put it away for a while until it's ready to come out, because it's just a lot of people in taco suits shooting guns at cars. Like, that's the bare minimum for Saints Row, guys.
Oh,
like,
so you're saying it looks like Fortnite?
Yeah, like, yeah. I didn't see anyone doing the floss dance, but maybe there is. I don't.
Well, you know that's where Fortnite got its inspiration from, dude.
Yeah, I just feel like with Saints Row, if you're going to reboot this entire thing, you kind of need to show a lot of things that are fundamentally different for you to not make Saints Row 5. Like, obviously, that was going to be a hard thing to top Saints Row 4, but, like, if you're going to restart this thing, like, show something that's got some meat behind it.
Yeah, because right now it just looks like a cartoony GTA game.
Yeah.
Which maybe that's what they're going for, but...
Yeah, and it might be fine, but, like, why am I going to pick this up if I really loved Saints Row 3 and 4? You know?
I mean,
like,
if it's going to be a bunch of D&B jokes...
Yeah, like, exactly. Like, am I... Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they've got a large uphill battle, and everything they're showing feels really early.
Yeah.
So just put it away for a little bit, guys. Like, just keep working on it. Gameplay trailer for A Plague Tale Requiem, which, boy, looks real good. Like,
dude, I'm still surprised at how great Plague Tale looks, and that game's like 6 years old by this point.
Yeah, I'm really happy they're doing another one of these. I never played the first one as much as people really, really loved that one. I'm just happy they get to make another one of these, like, really singular things. Tunic got a release date. I believe it's March 15th or 16th of 2020.
I didn't know that.
2022. Yeah. If you don't remember Tunic, this is the cute fox Dark Souls Zelda thing. That I think they're putting out another demo for that recently. But that's coming out soon, so I'll just buy that and play it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre got announced. This is a new asymmetrical multiplayer game from the Friday the 13th devs, because that went really well the first time from a licensing perspective, so let's do another one. I kind of feel bad for them, because they keep making great games that are inevitably going to get trapped in some horror movie licensing nightmare.
Either that or just... don't get me wrong, you guys. You have a great concept. The Friday the 13th concept was fantastic as well.
Yeah.
As much as I crapped on it at first, Dead by Daylight stole everybody's thunder, dude. You can't do a horror asymmetrical multiplayer game unless it's drastically different to anything out there.
Now you can beat Dead by Daylight by not putting NFTs in your game like a garbage company. So try not to do that. Oh, no, they already did. It sucks. NFTs suck. Get out. Ugh. My surprise of the game is of the show is a game called Have a Nice Death. If you wanted something that seems to take direct inspiration from Hollow Knight and turns it into a roguelike, that is Have a Nice Death, which looks really good. The only award they didn't blow through in the show was Game of the Year, and It Takes Two took the Game of the Year, which sure is a choice above all of the other ones, but that's fine.
You don't get to say nothing because you haven't played it.
Yeah, I know, because I'd like to play games that are fun and good. But, you know, if you enjoy It Takes Two, that's fine. That's fine. That's your choice. That's fine. Just been recording for 5 hours today, so I'm not going to pull the punches about another Hazelight Studios game, but that's okay. No big deal. That's fine. Ratchet and Clank is great, but okay. Everyone will ignore it. That's fine. That's fine. But good for them. The guy that's in charge of Hazelight was somehow allowed in front of a microphone again, which is always a bold choice. After his very famous last microphone appearance at the Game Awards, he seemed to largely keep his cool, which is fine.
Maybe they were just ready to cut mics and do a cutaway back to Keeley if things went sideways.
I feel if you have that guy on a microphone, someone is over the mute button.
Someone's hovering over the dump button. And...
Yeah, the orchestra swells where it's like, oh, God of War songs, yeah, woo! Yeah, again, the Game Awards are always fine. They always feel like a 3-hour commercial that has someone coming up and being like, esports team of the year. It's always kind of a bummer, but you usually get a lot of world premieres. And we got that this year. So it's fine. It's okay. And now I can close the Not E3 2021 channel in the Discord server and very quickly open the Not E3 2022 Discord channel on the server. Because probably not going to have a lot of in-person events coming up this next year. Hopefully not, because every company has a Twitch account, so maybe keep using that for a while. But it's fine. That's all of our news stories this week. We've been recording for too long. This episode turned out to be too long, as it always does, because we are gluttons for punishment. We have a problem. We love all of you. You can visit us at tvgp.tv, everywhere to find and follow us on the right-hand side of the page, including the link to the aforementioned Discord server. Come hang out with us. You can DM me. I'm on there. You can chat with me. We're talking a lot about Halo right now. If you're,
He won't respond.
If you're good, no, just for you. If you captured a grappling clip, share it there somehow. I'm not good with computers. Patreon.com/E1M1.
The ones and numbers.
Go check all that. My kid is really screaming downstairs. Let's wrap this up. You can find all the exclusive early access, all the cool stuff we talked about at the beginning of the show, and you can help us pay for the show, and you can get us to the $250 goal, where I play a bunch of spooky, scary stuff, and I poop my pants. Patreon.com/E1M1.
Ones are numbers.
That's all we got. We'll see you all next week. Bye.
Boy.
Bye, Nimp.
Oh, bye. Sorry. I was typing something.
It's been a long day.